Hey mamas, and welcome to today's workout. We've got a 12-minute prenatal upper body toning workout, and you'll need a resistance band like this, either with or without the handles. So we're gonna start with that band underneath the feet right under your hips. Make sure you've got an even amount on either side. We're gonna do a bicep curl. So you're gonna bring those arms up, bring them toward the shoulders, and down, twisting at the fist. And this is why you want one of these long bands, so you can make sure you have enough tension on it. I'm using a light resistance band, but you could play around if you've got a couple different weights of the bands. You could do that as well. So again, we want to control the movement, keeping those hips still, abs tight, and bring those weights up as close as you can get to those shoulders, squeezing at the top. We're gonna take some basic movements like a curl, and then we're gonna add a few things to it to challenge our upper bodies. We only got 12 minutes, so you gotta work hard. 50 seconds each exercise, and then we'll rest for 10. 3, 2, 1. Good work, guys. All right, we're gonna take that curl, and this time we're gonna come to the mid-range, and we're gonna do a tiny pulse up and down. Just like that, 50 seconds. It's gonna burn. Let's do it. So I want your elbows under your shoulders here, close to your sides. They don't have to be like so firmly glued, but keep them in, and that's gonna keep that work in the front of your arms. I'm gonna show you from the side. So if you let those elbows drift back, what would happen is that tension would go out of your biceps, and it would make it easier. We're not about that. I know you're pregnant. We're training to lift those newborn car seats. Those things weigh 1,000,000 pounds without the baby even in them. So we need some strong biceps. Almost there, you guys, looking good. Last 10 seconds. Woo. Last 5. This one goes by pretty slow, doesn't it? Time. All right, we're gonna do that bicep curl now, this time with an overhead press. We're gonna take all the way up, press that band overhead. Here we go. So we curl, rotate knuckles to the back, curl, and release. So if you've done this one before with weights, it's the same thing, but this time we're just using that band. And you can see I'm letting the band kind of go behind my triceps when I press it overhead. So it feels comfortable, bracing my core, and I'm almost trying to connect those handles at the top. If you find that you cannot extend your arms all the way overhead, you've got too much resistance on that band, you should either go lighter with the band or ditch it. You can also use dumbbells for this one, and that would be great. But I love the resistance band. It gives you a different type of resistance than just a dumbbell. So you're working different muscles than you would with a heavy weight. I'm all about changing it up to get a new challenge. As if pregnancy isn't enough of a fitness challenge. All right, rest. We're gonna move to an upright row. So this one, knuckles forward. We're gonna pull those elbows up and back. Weights come up to about your armpits. And again, I want you to pay attention to your hips. Your knees should be soft, glutes relaxed, belly button pulled in toward your spine. So you're not taking that work into your low back, which is always a tendency during pregnancy. These are great for your posture right here too, because we're working those shoulders, the core, the back of the body, and our posture suffers as a result of all that weight gain on the front of the body. So it's good to do things like this to help balance everything out. Almost there. Time. Okay, moving to a front raise. So this time, we're gonna challenge that core and the shoulders even more by taking the arms straight up in front of the body at shoulder height. Here we go. Up and down. I'm gonna show you from the side here. So you can see again, my hips are neutral, abs tight. I'm aiming for about shoulder height or slightly lower. And that way you can see I'm not using momentum, I'm not thrusting my hips to get those weights up. I'm using control. And that's not only gonna strengthen our shoulders, but also strengthen our core and protect our back. You want those arms pretty straight here. So if you are struggling to get the arms up, or they're bending a lot, you need to go lighter with the band resistance, or you can do it with dumbbells to get comfortable with it. Almost there, last 5 seconds. Time. Okay, now we're going to a bent over row. So your feet can stay under hips, you're gonna hinge forward, and if you want a little more intensity, you can cross the band, and that's what I'm gonna do. So to the knees, we pull those elbows up to the back corners. So you're hinged at your hips. I'll show you here again from the side. And then you're pulling those elbows up and back and then releasing all the way, arms straight at the bottom. But you can see my hands or the band always stays close to my legs. My abs are pulled in and braced. Chin is tucked. Weight back in the heels. There's a lot of components to this one, but we want to make sure when we're working the back, we keep it really safe. And if you ever need to during this one, you can always do 1 row and then stand up and then come right back down and repeat. And again, crossing the band like I've got it makes it a little bit harder, but if it's too intense, you can uncross your band like we just had it. Time. All right, I'm gonna uncross the band now. We're gonna do an alternating arm shoulder press. So feet right back under those hips. We're gonna take the weight or the band up and the knuckles to the back. One arm presses up, bring it down, switch. Other arm. Again, you know what I'm gonna say, knees soft, tight core, hips in neutral. So we do this safely. Bicep by your ears, you reach up, try to fully extend that arm. Again, if you cannot, if it's too hard or you find you're having to use your hips, lighter with the resistance, start with a dumbbell first. You can feel the line of pull on this if you're using that band all the way through, right? It's different than a dumbbell where it's maybe hard at the top and then easy at the bottom. You can feel tension the whole time. So take it slow. If it feels harder than using a dumbbell, it probably is. So be patient as you're trying and learning something new. All right, let's rest. We're going to a reverse fly. So again, you can use the handles like this or you can cross them for more intensity. We're going back into that hinge position. So hips back, weight in those heels. We're gonna take the arms out wide and then back to the knees. Knuckles lead, squeeze the shoulder blades. Elbows are a little bit soft here. I want your chin tucked. And again, lower body still, abs tight. I'll show you again from this side. Just trying to pull those handles apart, leading with those fists. Again, if you're using momentum, lighten the load. We want you to use control. This one's tough. It's putting a lot of load on the back body. So if you need to, you can always stand up, like I said earlier with the rows, and then you can hinge forward and go right back into it. Let's get one more. Good work. All right, let's uncross that band. We're going to face the side now to show you this one. So you want the band this time under 1 foot. Knuckles to the back. We're gonna extend those arms back and then bring them close to the hips. So back a couple inches in line with the hips. All my weight here is mostly my front leg, so I'm working that front glute. And then I'm also working the triceps. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, keeping my arms straight, squeezing the backs of my arms, and you can see where my band is stopping, right? I'm pushing back a few inches and then stopping here. If you let it go all the way here, loosens the load, takes that tension off, and we wanna keep it on. Again, that front knee is a little bit bent, abs tight, chest up. A lot of components to this one, but again, just be patient as you're learning something new. You can always go without the band as well and do light hand weights. I'd go really light on these because we're gonna do the same thing other side. So you're gonna switch your feet. Come back to that position. We're gonna work those arms again, this time working the opposite glute. Pull the chest open, knuckles to the back, let's go. Push, and then release just a little. You should feel a burn the entire time in your arms. If you stop feeling that burn, you know you've let those arms release the tension. Whew. Man, oh man, this one is great for toning triceps, but you feel it too in those glutes, hamstrings. Your core is working hard because you're adding some balance to the mix. Almost there, 8 seconds left. Yes, we got it. All right, band pull apart. So this time, I want you to wrap that band around your wrist just a little to add some tension. We're gonna take it front, arms about shoulder height, and we're gonna pull it apart, bringing it to those collarbones, release. So we pull, release. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And again, the tighter you make your band, the more tension you put on it, of course, the harder it's gonna be. So if you find this is too much, just unravel it a little bit, go straight with the arms. They don't have to be perfectly straight, but you're trying to pull that band apart, bring it almost past your collarbones. But again, keeping those hips stable and trying not to use momentum here. Also great for the posture. You can feel all the way down those arms. We're almost there, and we're almost done with the workout. We're coming up on our last exercise, you guys. All right, we're gonna unravel that band just a little bit because we're gonna do that band pull apart. This time we're gonna take it wide and we're gonna pulse. So maybe just one little wrap around this time. Ready? Let's go, pulse, pulse. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. We're here for the full interval. So I want that band staying close to you, only bouncing off about a couple inches, keeping those shoulder blades squeezing together. Talk about endurance. This one's great. Doesn't take much, does it? Breathe. Getting to the finish line, but we gotta want it. We only have 10 seconds left, come on. Last 5. Yes, we made it. What a finisher. 12 minutes, toned upper body and arms. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to check out my toned lower body and legs workout for your pregnancy, as well as my other pregnancy videos. And I will see you next time.